for the discussion, so we have something decent to put up on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay, so please work. Right. Okay,
No.
right, guys. I'm not too. This is the new version of Skype, which I don't use. Oh yeah, there it is. Add someone.
Just have to be back in a sec. I'll be back in a sec. Just have to use the loop.
Yep, no problem.
Okie dokie.
Whatever.
And give him a shot. And add to call, and he should be on in a second.
Yeah.
Oliver Scott. Never heard of him.
Well, if you've kind of listened to our old shows, you'll know him.
Yeah.
He's a regular.
Oliver
He's a
Scott.
decent bloke. We always have a good discussion with him. And
Yeah.
we're ringing him and ringing him. Are you there, Oliver? Nope. Oh well.
Wait, is he there?
Are you there, Oliver?
Got off.
Okay, we'll try calling you again.
Oliver, where are you? Oh, yeah, here.
Actually, tell us if your words, not your letters.
He's not on the call.
Yeah, I'm calling him right now.
Did I
Not
miss?
the call.
No,
Oh,
we're
what?
still trying to get Oliver in, but doesn't seem to be working.
Yeah.
Add to call. Not in this call. Add to call. Okay.
Very cool.
Hello, Oliver.
Oh, there. Oliver.
Hello.
Ah, good to have you back.
Hey.
Welcome back to the
There he
show.
is.
I never seen you before.
I don't.
Welcome back to the air, I guess.
Thank you. It's
Yeah.
you've missed out all the fun part of the shows in the last hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. I do recall seeing your show promoted, but I forgot the date it was on. And today's usually Lincoln's Beard, which isn't on today, so
Right.
everything's kind of mixed up.
Oh.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh well, so Oliver, any questions you have for us? Anything you want to raise? Anything you want to discuss? Just fire away. And you've got the three of us here. So
Want to start a flame war?
Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
I was tempted to continue the whole warrior Christian thing, but I'm pretty sure that's out of the bag.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and I'm not very good at accents, I'm afraid, so I haven't been able to form a new alter ego I can
Alright.
play apologist with.
Okay. Well, I see.
I can.
One
I
I
can
would
go
suggest,
my-
one I haven't heard. I would suggest to try and do a South African apologist. That would be quite interesting. Don't think anyone's gone down that route.
Yeah. Yeah. Singing a few Boer songs or something, wouldn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
I was having a discussion with a South African, and of all places, Brett Keenstickhammer, which I've now been blocked
Yeah.
from.
All right.
Never happened.
You've been
South
blocked.
Africa.
What did you do? What happened?
I think I asked, so what's the deal with the skeptical heretic? And he said, don't mention that whole name. And I said, I'm kind of on good terms with the skeptical heretic. He had to laugh.
All right.
At my homeopathic video, I called into their show once, and he was like, oh, fuck you, asshole. You support the trolling of me, and there we go.
Mm.
Oh my
How
god.
emotional.
What a pussy.
I don't get. I won't give him the time of day.
Yeah, I
No.
regret never going to his room, and I shan't ever give him any more attention in the future.
I got a
Yeah.
question. You're trapped in a room with him, and you were basically, and you could not get out for 24 hours. There was no windows. What would you do?
Beat the living shit out of him.
No, I talked with him. It's just
Yeah.
I talked with him anyway, but he kicks you at the moment of any scrutiny. I mean, I'd very happily talk to him. I even had a dream once where I was like chatting with him, and I was saying, "Look, Brett, I know you're lying,
Okay.
and I think you do too, and I don't believe that you're okay with this. I think every time you tell this lie and make a new lie to try and save face, you're dying a bit inside." And then he kind of broke down and came clean. So I try, as ridiculous as that sounds, in light of, because I discovered he's really less human than I took him for. Because
Yeah.
initially we were cordial with one another, we were on fairly good terms. I thought he was a scumbag on YouTube, but I thought at least, okay, to me on Stickam he's polite. So I thought there was a humanity within him that could be reached. But after seeing his behaviour, when J-Dub entered the room, and I was, as J-Dub put it, one of Shredder is Alive's gay fanboys, because I'm subbed to him, and I was kicked on that basis. I doubt this will ever come to fruition, but there's always hope. I always hold out hope for people, and that there's a chance of redemption.
Yeah,
That's fair
I mean, it
enough.
happened with the Amazing Atheist.
I don't know what he's done, unless you're referring to their particular drummer. Are you referring to their drummer or the Amazing Atheist as a scumbag?
No, I'm basically talking about how he changed. I mean, at first, he was considered a jerk on YouTube, but then later, he actually got better.
I really disagree with that. I mean, a few months ago, he made the most obnoxious meat-eating video where, what did he say? All this suffering I'm eating in this cheeseburger gives me a great big boner. Choke on that, vegetarians. I mean, to me, it's just pretty dismal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't guess that.
Have you seen
the?
Yeah. Have you seen the debate between Brett Keane and Straight Dope?
Yes,
That really does it. Yeah.
That's what when in my dream when I was referring to, confronting Brett Keane on his line. That to me, when you see that, it's just pathetic. Like with the plagiarism, and then he tried to say, when this video was actually produced in front of him, and he then says, "Oh, Straight Dope, you've doctored this," a whole new lie just to try and save face. It's just somewhere inside he's got to be feeling humiliated and completely, ashamed.
I think he said the word "sit" about 50 times during the debate. He just said, "Well, I was just sitting there and sitting here, sitting there, sitting there." He says it in every freaking sentence. You just think, do you actually do anything active? Oh, he's just a fat prick. Fuck.
Yeah.
I've been blocked from his YouTube channel for saying, I don't know, I disagree. And that was pretty much it. Fuck's sake.
Okay, I don't really know too much about this guy, so enlighten me.
He's a douchebag. That pretty much sums up his entire life.
Yeah.
I guess
Short
that's
and
all I-
concise.
Hello?
Hello,
Alright.
yes?
Hello?
Oh, sorry, I thought we'd gone there. I'm always panicking when it goes silent.
Yeah.
Oh, that was me. That was actually turned off the echo.
Yeah.
Well, the echo cancellation. So continue on.
Yeah.
Question, Oliver.
Yes, go for it.
So what do you think about the idea of basically bringing a dumb blonde onto the show?
Wait.
I'd be okay with that.
Wait.
Guess
Hold
we'll add
on.
a little eye candy.
Well, I'm not Aunt Candy enough for this show.
I mean, face it.
She's gonna replace Kitch.
Yeah. Sorry, Kitch.
Or maybe we're just gonna try and capture Marty, then transform him into a girl.
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, it's Swedish, therefore it'll make a perfect change.
Yeah, turn Mortimer into a transvestite and put some blonde hair and breasts on him and it'll be sorted.
Yeah.
There we go.
Get him singing some ABBA on the show as well, yeah.
About that?
Yeah.
What does Beyonce say about that?
Beyonce.
Beyonce?
Yeah, he has that Beyonce.
Oh, fiance, sorry.
Beyonce.
I thought you said Beyonce.
Hang on. Amber's just raised, would we like to discuss abortion?
We can always do that.
Sure, let's discuss it.
Alright, let's discuss it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that only a woman should choose.
Yep, basically. That's
Because we
what-
don't get
Yeah.
pregnant. And if I want to get pregnant, I will I have the right to choose whether I want to have it aborted or not.
Yeah.
In fact, I want to be the first man to get pregnant, and then I want to make the choice. No.
What is the date? I've heard these terms, the first trimester and the second trimester, and I believe once you get to the second trimester,
Yeah.
it is no longer eligible to be aborted. How many months is that into the pregnancy that you can no longer terminate it?
I think that's 6.
I think it's 3 months. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even know how much I'd give a fetus as a unit of something that has the capacity to suffer. Maybe it does.
Yeah.
I certainly can't attest to it because I have absolutely no memory of even being a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Let alone being in the womb. I think it's just rather laughable that we have these pro-lifers giving this legitimacy to a bundle of cells when we're quite happy to eat animals, which, I mean, in terms of pigs and cows and sheep, they evidently do suffer more than a baby can.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And as defined by them, a fetus is apparently life, which is no more than a virus or a group of bacterium and shit. And they would class that as a life. So technically speaking, if they have a cold and they try to get rid of the cold, they're killing a life. So they're against life in
viruses are not
sense,
considered
aren't they?
living things. They
Aren't
don't carry
they?
out respiration.
Ah.
I think if you're talking about something like a parasite, like a nematode,
Yeah.
a roundworm,
Yeah.
fluke, then I guess that could be considered a life, since it does carry out respiration.
Yeah. But it can reproduce, that's the main thing, I guess.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
a sense. They can actually...
Yeah, so
Well,
if
the
you
other
kill a
major difference
fetus,
is-
you're killing a life.
You're killing a potential
Yeah.
life, and that is the big difference between that and bacteria. Okay, as it stands at the time of its inception in the very early stages, yes, in terms of sentience, in terms of having a consciousness, it's equal. The difference between that and bacteria is that it's destined; it will grow. I don't consider that a good reason to treat it with any sort of credence or anything in the way of a life. But that would be a difference, which a pro-life would probably throw at you. That's destined to become a human being, bacteria and such that you kill off in the shower are not.
Actually, I mean, here's what they would do. They would just show you the life zone. You know what the life zone is, right?
No, I don't. Explain.
It was made by this person. Well, I think it was around somewhere in the U.S. The person was wanting to get elected as judge, and he wanted to try and appeal to the youth. So he decided to use a horror film. But however, this horror film was a pro-life horror film. In fact, if you want, I can show you the URL.
Yeah.
Just a sec.
Cool. Put it in the blog TV.
I don't know how to do that.
But the one thing that pro-lifers seem to assume is that
Oh,
women go into having abortions. Women go to have abortions just for the pure hell of it, or they just go to abortion so they can have sex all the time.
That's false.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why anyone would want to go do that constantly. I mean, the process takes a pretty long time, and in some parts of the U.S., basically you have to wait 3 days to get an abortion. And that's just because they want you to... Actually, that's because they hope that you'll refuse to on the third day, on one of those days.
okay.
Okay, there, I gave you it.
All right. So we've lost some. Anyway, there's a question from the room from Amber. Do you want to take it?
Yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been looking at that. I would want to
No,
see.
well, don't worry. I'm kind of keeping my eye on the.
I would
What was
agree
the
that
question?
yes.
Would you agree?
The question is, would you agree that a fetus, infant, baby, toddler, child, teenager, adult, etc. are stages of human development? Yes, except I wouldn't call it a human. Well, if you want to get semantics, talk about semantics, I wouldn't call it a human. I might call it a fetus a human, but I wouldn't consider it something that's given the right to live yet.
It's not a human until it actually gets out of the fetus. Until it gets out of the womb.
exactly.
I mean, that's when it has its own conscience. It can depend on the world, not just the mother. Though, of course, it'll have to have breast milk in order to get nourishment. But still.
okay, she asks now, where is the disconnect? Well, in terms of the name, in terms of branding at stages of human development, there isn't a disconnect. There is a disconnect when it comes to rights and giving it the right not to be murdered. Because it's not sufficient for life. I don't think abortion's a nice thing. It's just that if the woman does not want to have the child, it would be far more devastating for her to have the child and bring an unwanted child and person into this world.
It's like it'd have crime.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
in the end, the parent has to be.
They have less crime because an unwanted child is more likely to commit crime.
Yeah. In my opinion, if you've got to have a child, you've got to be prepared, because I've seen half the people in my village who have had children at the age of 16, 17, and they don't know their arse from their elbow about looking after children. And I just think, fuck, I just think, I really do pity the children having to put up with that, like, 'cause the parents are just thick as shit.
Yeah, and also,
so in hindsight, an abortion...
You know about third world
in hindsight. Yeah.
How they basically have lots of kids.
Amber Rose now says, I don't claim to have the answer as to what each person should do, just what I would do. Well, okay, thank you at least for not preaching to women who might have, let's say they took the precautions and they still got pregnant. I think it'd be very unfair to impose your will on them at worst, but at best you'd still be sort of waving it over them and trying to make them feel guilty about their choice to have an abortion. And then we've got a question from Wow You're Hot. What if you were raped? I'd be interested to hear that answer.
Yeah, some people actually want to make it where even if you get raped, you still have to have the fetus, whether you like it or not.
Oh, it's fucked up, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know. And also,
again, it should always be the choice for the woman to whether they want the child or not. It should never be anyone else's choice.
7% of pro-life areas, and actually groups, are men, are run by men.
Yeah.
Now, there's something wrong with that picture.
Yeah.
And also, in some states, such as Alabama, it's illegal to have a miscarriage.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You'll have a miscarriage.
So it could be either the woman will be put in jail for having a miscarriage. That's entirely not their fault.
Yes.
What the fuck?
In fact,
so they'd be dragging you from the hospital into the prison and saying, "Damn you for having a miscarriage." It was like, what the fuck?
Pretty much.
It's
retarded. Evil.
Yeah. And also,
that's fucked up.
And also in Alabama, what is your one case? Okay, there was this woman. She got pregnant, and what happened was, well, she had to go to the hospital, and the doctor told her that her baby was going to have Down syndrome. However, her being pro-life, she basically wanted to have the baby anyway. But however, when she gave birth to it, it died right there. What? And then she was sentenced 10 years in jail.
Mike.
The fuck? 10 years? Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane. 10 years for a miscarriage. Fuck me, my auntie's had 4 miscarriages. She'd be there for 40 years.
Yeah, and also my mom had a miscarriage as well. Because she would have had... Well, actually, I would have had another sister. However, of course, miscarriage happened. And, well... Yeah.
Okay, guys, we've got a caller lined up here. It's for Jesus Christ, and he wants to talk to us about how we can live a lie and why we reject God. So, are you willing to take this on? Okay, right. I'll just go on Adam, and hopefully this should be for Jesus coming up now.
Oh, great.
Yeah, just
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
well.
See what happens.
That's what I told them. We welcome discussion
For
here.
Jesus Christ, a similar thing happened when I got into the call. If you can, just call yourself in because you're into the conversation part, but for some reason you're not into the call. I was able to get around this by when I was in the conversation. I clicked on the green thing and I was able to call myself in. Try that because it's clearly the same thing's happening to you as it did to me.
Okay.
He's gone.
Call to God.
Maybe he must have disappeared in an alternate dimension.
Yay, physics.
Hey, tech is wonderful.
Well, he's in the Twilight Zone, I bet.
Yep.
Urban Raptors.
Call to us, we will receive you.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, he's in the chat.
Oh, yeah,
Well, he's in the
also
chat at least.
in
Hi, yeah, you're in the conference for Jesus.
I'm in the conference.
Yeah,
Yes,
call.
and as we've said, I don't know if you can still hear us on blog. Yes, please call in.
Yeah, just
Yes.
call yourself in.
Colin.
Call us.
Yeah, if
We
you
are
call
ready.
us, then you should get in.
Us. Call us.
We are your God.
While you're coming into the...
Here he is. Is that you for Jesus?
Yeah, hello.
Jesus.
How are you guys?
Yeah, we're good.
That's
Thanks.
all right.
Thanks very much for calling in.
Cool.
It's a pleasure. I'm a little bit apprehensive. I think all of you are atheists on YouTube.
Yep.
I recognize some names here.
Yeah.
So I was a little worried about that, but it should be fun.
Yeah.
What I'd like to find out is why you reject God and why do you want to sin the way that you do?
Okay.
Why do you sacrifice eternal life, reject God, and commit these heinous sins that you do as atheists?
Okay.
No,
Can I chime in here?
Yeah. You go, Kurt.
Just gonna get this concise, and then I'll pass it around. I don't reject God. I just don't believe in Him. I don't outright reject Him. I am trying to find the evidence. That's what I'm here on YouTube for. That's why I'm putting myself out there. So I absolutely know. Well, not absolutely know, but I'm just what is the case for a God. Why do I sin? I don't do anything bad.
Have you ever told a lie?
But, let him finish. Let him finish. Yeah.
Have you ever told a lie?
For Jesus, let him finish, please.
Oh, sorry.
I've never done anything bad as much as you have. I've never done anything that I would consider myself as good a person as you, or you are as good a person as I. I'm as good a person as any in this
I'm
world.
as good a person as any.
I'm not heinous or anything that... Yeah, I think that's it. I haven't done anything that...
I have told a lie. What's your point?
Then you are liars. If you've told a lie, then you're liars. And without redemption from Jesus...
Jesus.
Usually when people
Jesus.
They say, there's none good but God. Do you agree with that? That there is none good but God?
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Everyone's talking at once.
Usually when Kirk Cameron hits this Ray Comfort, or either one of them, uses this argument, they preface by saying, there is none good by God but God. Do you agree with that?
Who is Ray Comfort?
He's the person you're stealing this argument from. This whole premise that you're using is stolen from.
I don't understand. No, this is something that.
Okay, you're basically saying, "Oh, have you ever told a lie that makes you a liar? Have you ever stole something that makes you a thief?" Well, so you're basically saying, "Oh, so by doing the property."
This is what the Bible teaches, and we have the 10 Commandments, and God loves all of you. He really does. He cares for you.
Before we get into
this, I know this because God has spoken to me, and God
before you make
wants
this
me...
next case...
Can I go next, please?
Hold on.
Guys,
wait. Wait, hold on.
Who's the moderator in the debate?
I'm the moderator here. I'm in control. So,
right, one person at a time then.
Yes, make one.
Who's talking now?
I am. I'm trolling with logic. I'm the head here. So make one point and we'll pass it on.
All right. What's the subject?
Yeah. So for Jesus, make 1 point here, and then we'll let someone else respond to you.
Sure. The commandments say we must not sin. The commandments say we must not have any god other than Jesus, and we just have to follow these things. And God has spoken to me. He cares for all of you. He's told me that He wants me to convey His message to the whole world. The Holy Spirit has come to me. I've seen God, and
right.
I'm His messenger.
Right, I know this.
Salvation.
Everyone stop. So for Jesus, could you? So no, sorry, everyone. For Jesus, can you frame that in the form of a question, please?
What does God look like?
I don't really have a question. Well, there's nothing to ask you. God has all the answers.
Okay, empty.
Can I come here?
I have to choose from God.
Hold on.
Can I come in here and ask for Jesus a question?
Yeah.
How can we take your personal testimony that God has spoken to you over those of other religions? Muslims say that their God speaks to them, and so do Hindus, and etc., etc., etc. Why should we take you on your word?
Well, it's all my God. You see, it is all Jesus, and Jesus, He's working through their faiths, and he's busy converting them to the true faith, which is Christianity. So that's simply how. No one can contravene this. It is the power of God, the might, the glory, and it's all in the Bible. It is all there for us to learn. Isn't that wonderful?
Right, Empty, you can take a turn now.
Right. Can I ask you a question then for Jesus Christ?
Of course.
Can I ask you, how did you communicate to your God?
Yeah, it's like a way.
Sure. God came down, and I was sitting outside on a garden bench, and God came down from heaven, and there was this really bright light, and then there was a bush in my garden, and it started burning, but the leaves didn't burn off. It was alight with fire, but the leaves didn't burn off, and the bush spoke to me, and God said, I am to be His messenger on this world. And that's what I've done ever since. I hold conventions. I preach to people. I've got a really nice community set up with my local church, and we're helping so many people, so many atheists like yourself, find God.
Right. Can I ask you another question? Can I ask you, what did your God look like? What did He sound like? Where did you see this? And why did it happen? What exactly do you think? Why do you think God came down to you and communicated with you? Why?
Well, God, firstly, like I said, it was this really bright light, and then it was the burning bush, and the bush said...
So how do you know that's your God then? How do you know it's not Allah or Buddha or someone else? How do you know it's your specific God?
The bush said, I am the God, I am the Creator, the one and the Almighty, the God of the Bible, the God of Abraham, and it was just so wonderful. It was so inspiring. I cannot convey to you the joy that I felt, and the joy that I feel every day in my life.
You said it spoke. What did it sound like?
Yeah.
It sounded like very much like a person. It spoke in words that you like.
One at a time.
It was a powerful voice.
Okay.
A powerful
voice. Everyone.
A really powerful voice. It was magnificent and awe-inspiring. That's all I can say.
Okay. Everyone's.
Did he have a high-pitched voice or a low-pitched?
Wait. Stop.
No,
stop.
It was more low-pitched.
Okay. Right, stop. No, just Empty. I'm trying to be fair. Let everyone have a say here. So, Admiral Casey, I think you can be the next one to speak.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn. Sorry, I'm just trying to be fair so everyone gets a say here.
Alright. I want to know, what did the god look like?
The burning bush?
Well,
The burning bush?
burning bush.
Yes.
Alright, so when there was a burning bush, was the other bush around it getting on fire?
No, just that one bush, but the leaves never burnt off. The wood didn't get
I don't
dark.
really get it. I mean, it sounds like you're hallucinating.
No, I was definitely not hallucinating. It was God, and I've done His work ever since. God lives among us, people. This is the glory of it. And I think I can reach you, and I can save you. And if you can just repent, you will see what I've seen, surely.
I'm not really going. Okay, let me say it like this. I don't know where you're going with this.
Well, if you really must know, it's a pretty good sell job. And I'm surprised you guys took it so seriously.
Alright, so why
Well,
can't these burning bushes appear all the time? And
No,
basically-
you don't
Oh.
understand. You don't understand. Listen carefully. I said it's a pretty good sell job, and I'm surprised you have not come onto me earlier.
well,
What?
That is
Because you're
to
not
say,
convincing, that's why.
that is to say, you were very much fooled.
yeah.
Actually, I suspected as soon as you got to the
Yeah, I
burning bush story that you
suspect- I
were a
was-
pope.
Yeah, we've been
was-
suspected for a while, but we
You're
just wanted
basically
to...
using the Moses story to describe your testimony.
The
Well,
accent's kind of...
I feel you didn't come down on me hard enough. I mean, you were letting me dictate things. You were letting me dictate terms. You were letting me dictate the conversation. You were letting me preach all this bull, and I was getting away with it relatively unopposed. Now, that was about the most worst crap Christian argument you'll ever encounter. Won't be tired if you ever encounter something more substantial. I'd say with the four of you, my apologies. No, five. You do need to offer a little more opposition to crazies if they do come along.
Well, I was
I
trying
don't
to
really know
everyone-
what to say to that kind of talk.
Yeah, it's completely
I
bollocks.
haven't-
I was
I
trying to
haven't proposed-
outline how your God isn't really specific. The details were not specific, and they can't exactly explain how your Christian God is the real one, and you couldn't
Yeah, and also
exactly...
you're pulling off red herrings.
Yeah. And you used the
Fair
Rick
enough.
Comfort argument, was an epic fail, and
Well,
it's completely
I
shot.
didn't know any other big time religious arguments. So besides, Ray Comfort's pretty provocative. So I figured.
Yeah,
Alright,
I was waiting for
I was
an
gonna go
Adolf
for the-
Hitler analogy.
No.
Hitler.
I was gonna go for the banana next. And how the banana.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you know the banana. It's Ray
Yeah.
Comfort's banana, or is that someone else's banana? Whose banana is that?
Ray Comfort, and Kirk Cameron.
That would have been
Oh,
too obvious.
Got him.
Yeah.
Anyhow, sorry I trolled you. I was very bored.
That's alright.
It's alright.
That's
I
alright.
actually was kind of enjoying it.
Yeah, well,
You are forgiven.
man, you just...
I consider it an irony.
But it is like the...
I mean,
it's like
I
they
was
say, it's
actually
very
hoping that-
difficult to tell true believers from the crazies and the liars. They all sound alike to me.
You're a liar.
Yes, sometimes you can't tell.
Yeah.
There was one particular girl that had me fooled for a long time called Tam Pamela. And she really had me going good.
Nah.
Until I found out that she was fake, and then she ended up deleting her channel.
Alright.
Nah. Yeah.
Well, I'm shocked because she was obviously a pope. If you ever saw
I
some
never,
of the stuff she said,
I never picked up onto it.
so you didn't hear her say trees evolved into houses.
Never heard
The theory of evolution says that trees evolved into houses to make modern day America.
Well, some Christians are really fucked up. This is the thing. I mean,
No,
none of you, besides Oliver, could conclusively say that I was a pope.
You were a pope.
I mean,
Everyone's
you couldn't say conclusively. I could have been a
Well,
nut job crazy.
is that not the whole
you
point
do
of a
get
pope?
the nut jobs that are that crazy, And how do you differentiate?
Yeah,
How
that's
can you possibly discern?
Ugh, that's the problem. And also, I want to admit something. When I used to hear the word Poe, I always thought of that Phantom enemy on Zelda.
For Jesus
really-
Christ. Is your name for Jesus Christ? Is your name Marcio by any chance?
No, not at all.
Oh, you just sound a little like a friend from university. He loves fucking about with people like this. He did that. He's done something similar what you're doing. He's fucking nuts.
Oh God! Point taken.
So yeah. So I was suspecting, thinking, is this Marcio? Yes, it is Marcio, isn't it? Yes. But yeah, I practically knew we were a Poe all the time. I was thinking, yep, he's fucking...
Well, I have an accomplice in crime. One of you is in on it.
You have
One, so one.
one of us. Dun, dun, dun. Which one could it be?
Anyhow,
I got it.
I'll leave you guessing on that. But one of you in the school is in on it. So I have an accomplice in crime. I'm not entirely acting on my own. Well, I am sort of, but my accomplice just kept quiet.
Is it Kitch?
No.
Damn you.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
good.
it is.
Yeah, it's good.
No, listen, I wouldn't be able to pull off something like this. Considering I was saying it in our chat, it was a poll. I was saying it in our in our private chat that I was wrong.
You're actually saying it in the room as well. Log room.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
I didn't want to be
guys,
too vocal about it until I was 100% sure, because he could have been the real deal. And
oh, did you see the new show on Islam last night?
No, I did not. What was it?
Oh,
Islam of
you missed
television?
out. No,
Was it
Oliver,
live
what's the name of
Taekwondo?
that show?
The Gin and Tonic Show. I have a question. How long did it end up going up for? Because I had to go to bed at 2 o'clock.
I don't know. I went to bed at 2 o'clock as well because I was sick. I'm still
They could,
sick.
for all we know, they went all night. I didn't think it was ever going to end. I mean, it was a brilliant show, but fuck
It
me,
was
they
a
went
brilliant
4
show,
hours.
and that woman was just
Shit.
God. She was the whole fucking 9 yards.
Oh
You
my,
guys think I'm
yes,
stuck
a
up.
gold mine. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was so
she
funny, guys. What happened is this woman called in, and there was a guy there who's been a Muslim for 30 years. He's half Egyptian, and he was speaking in Arabic to her, and he was saying the Arabic words for the most merciful of all merciful. And this woman was like, "You're not saying it right. You can't speak Arabic. I find this really strange. I think you're lying about this whole thing. I think it's very suspicious that you say you've been a Muslim for 30 years, and yet you don't know this Arabic. Ha 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 ha." And then he was like, "No, listen to me." And he said the Arabic really clearly over and over again. And he said, "I'm saying the merciful of the merciful." Now, you're thinking that I'm trying to say the most merciful. And that is, and then he said the Arabic again for that. And he said, "You're mistaken here. I'm trying to say the most merciful of all merciful." And then she was like, "Oh, well, I'm sorry, I don't speak Arabic." It's just like,
She was a complete piece of work. She was into tarot card reading, all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Then she came up. What's the name of that argument? Oliver. Pascal's wager, and she was like, "How can you not take the chance? You've got to believe." And it was ridiculous. It was really ridiculous. And she wasn't a Poe. She was the real deal. I know because I've seen her around before. She wears a hijab and does the whole 9 yards. And she wasn't even born Islamic. So how someone can actually be drafted into something like that is also beyond me. I mean, I can
Guys,
somewhat
I'll be back now. I
understand
just need a
Christianity, but I don't see how... I suppose it's like everything else, it's a cultural thing, but I certainly wouldn't want to be drafted into Islam, especially not as a woman.
Bear in mind, she was insane. It has nothing to do with culture. She was insane, a crazy woman.
Yeah, she was nuts. I figure anything would have got her drafted in. I mean, if she'd have encountered something else that was just a little different from Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, you name it, some sort of tribal religion, she might have gone for that.
Well,
she might have gone for any of that.
No, I think Islam was right up her alley because she had a victim mentality. So I think Islam mixed with conspiracy theorists that there's this nebulous entity which is apparently the governments and the media.
Oh, and we wanted to kill all the Muslims because we wanted to build more weapons, so killing Muslims was just the in thing for us.
Are you talking about the Arabian conspiracy?
Sorry?
Are you talking about the Arabian conspiracy?
Is that what they call it? I didn't know it had an official name.
Well, the Arabian conspiracy is basically where they say Muslims are taking over Europe.
No, she had a conspiracy.
That wasn't what she was advancing. She was advancing that Europe and the USA were going on a calculated genocide or ethnic cleansing of all Muslims because it would boost the military-industrial complex in the USA. That was her big conspiracy theory.
That would go against the First Amendment.
I'm afraid I can't hear you very well.
He said it would
I
go
said
against
that would
the
go
First
against the First Amendment.
Tell her that. You're speaking to the converted.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Well. Anything else to add?
It's a great show. Try and get yourself sort of promoted on it because Skeptic TV gave it a shout out, and these 8 o'clock shows bi-weekly, they tend to be quite good at promoting one another. So
awesome.
Well, I tell you what, since Lincoln's beard has seemingly died, maybe try and get DPO Jones to give you guys a shout out.
All right.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Maybe the magic sandwich could come on here.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That would. Should have a debate with the magic sandwich show. Probably cool.
About
what is the best sandwich?
Agreeing with each other. I mean, it would be kind of like a Republican debate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like it'd be like a Republican debate, only we'd be all smart people.
Yeah.
And then basically we'd be ending up kind of like a war of attrition. We're basically two most powerful armies, and well, we don't really know what to do with each other. Only to wear each other out.
If you want to, you know who's online is the Rationalizer. He was, I think, the founder of the Gin and Tonic show. If you're up for it, I could ask him to send an ad request, and he can tell us how he thought the show went and reminisce and laugh over some of the insane woman, for one, who called in.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll do that.
Or just get somebody from Westboro Baptist Church to come on the show.
Fuck.
Oh God.
I don't know if you'd be able to.
I don't know. That would be. I don't know who would make me scream more, that or E-questions. That'd be a tough one.
Oh fuck.
I'm just.
Questions was online earlier, but
we've got the Rationalizer coming
on. I did ask him, but he just came.
More people.
What about Tick Shades?
He is online, but I don't think I could handle a round of him right now. Are you trying to add the Rationalizer, Oliver?
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, for Jesus, how well. Thanks for the entertainment anyway, it was good.
Sure. It's been a pleasure. You guys get on with your show. I've got a few things to do anyhow, so I'm going to drop out.
It was
All
fun.
the best to you guys. Thanks for not being too harsh on me.
Alright, no problem. It was fun. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
Right.
No probs. Take care.
Yeah, well, that was fun anyway. And I've hung up on the whole call.
Experience with Mock the Week.
Yep, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I accidentally hung up on the entire call there.
Hey, when you're something funny.
Is the Rationalizer in the call?
The same thing happens in this conference. When you add someone, you only add them to the conversation, and to get to the call,
Alright.
you have to sort of pull yourself
He's online.
I think he's in the call now. Are you there?
Not speaking much.
I was just looking for the remote for the television,
All right.
and I was having coffee bits.
Be right back.
Okay. See you, Kitch.
Rash, how did you feel the show went last night, and how long did you go on for? I was up till 2 a.m, and at that point I had to turn in.
It's silly boy. You probably left about 2 minutes before it finished. We finished at 2.
Hi, Rationalizer. We can barely hear you, so if you can sort your volume out.
Is that any better?
Yeah, that's a lot better now.
Yeah.
We carried on until 2, so you probably left about 2 minutes before we finished.
Right. That's silly. Oh well.
Yeah. Yeah, basically we were supposed to go on till about 12. And then at 20 to 1, I decided that I wanted to wrap up by 1, because we often have like a post-show chat, and that can go on for like 30 minutes to an hour. And the problem is my wireless modem's been playing up the last couple of days, and luckily I had the full site to plug the server in with a network lead, so I was able to stream the show the whole way through. But on my wireless laptop, I kept getting disconnected through the whole show, so I didn't actually get to participate in most of it. So I just sat at the server with the headphones on, listening to what was happening. But I couldn't talk to anyone, not in text or anything. So I spent an hour trying to tell someone wrap the show. So that went on from like 20 to 1 to 20 to 2. And eventually I got through to someone, and I took by 2 o'clock. But I thought it went really well. I really enjoyed it, even though I didn't get to speak much. But then again, I probably enjoyed it more because I didn't get to speak much. Everyone else was really interesting, so shutting up was actually enjoyable.
No.
Did you like the woman who didn't speak Arabic?
Say again?
Did you like the woman who didn't speak Arabic? We were just reminiscing about her. I mean,
she was brilliant. The funny thing was, is as soon as Hassan said it, I thought, oh, that's an unusual variation. And as he said it, he said, which means the most merciful of the merciful. And I thought, it means something else. And she was like, oh, I'm surprised you do. Oh, that's interesting, how you don't know how to speak properly. And I thought, she thinks he's trying to say Rahman Rahim. But Hassan didn't know what she was struggling with, because he thought that she knew what he was trying to say, but that he was pronouncing it incorrectly. And he said, no, I'm saying it right. And then eventually I just said, no, tell her what you're saying in English. I just sat there and chuckled for a little bit, and then I said, tell her what you're saying in English. And then she, but you know, it was good. She said, oh no, I was wrong. But it's gonna be a bit of an ongoing joke now. You know, we've already started sending Hassan links to books like Arabic for Dummies and stuff.
What about that woman? Do you expect she'll be back? I mean, it's bittersweet. I want her and I don't, because, you know, on one hand she talked an awful lot. She was hysterical, and I didn't. It almost felt like a waste of time. It's like, why talk with someone like that who you're never going to convince?
No, it is in most cases. Theists and atheists talking to each other is a waste of time, both parts. But you never do it for the person you're talking to. You always do it for the audience that's watching later.
Well, in her case, I agree, and maybe you're right saying in most atheist cases. But I thought the other guy who called in, I think he came in at the same guy as the Yemen atheist, and I felt that, you know, this is someone who could very well let go of their faith, and at least he was honest enough to say he doesn't know.
Yeah, and you know, what was telling was a few points. His silence spoke quite loudly. He would be asked a question, and he and just mumbled as answer that it was acceptable to him, but that didn't contradict all of the evidence. So, I mean, the lady, the first thing that struck me is probably within the first 1 or 2 sentences, she said, "I believe in conspiracy theories." And the thing is if you believe in a conspiracy theory, a specific one, because the evidence has convinced you, that's fine. If you believe in 2 or 3 because the evidence has convinced you, that's fine. But to make a blanket statement such as "I believe in conspiracy theories," I kind of a little part of my brain.
That's just a dog.
Hello, I think we've lost some folk here. Hello?
Yes, as Organic Beekeeper is saying, her reasons for joining were completely demolished. And then, you know what she said? What got me to join is not what has kept me to stay. It's just like, being that what you've joined on was a complete lie from those people you've interviewed and confirmed that yes, they were taken out of context and such. When that happens, surely you should analyze. Okay, being that that's fallen apart, maybe I should scrutinize what has persuaded me to stay and see if
I wouldn't have minded a little bit more time on that subject, because basically she was saying these things convinced me, but they're not what makes me stay. So I went into what makes you stay, what is currently convincing you, and just like the inimitability of the Quran and stuff like that. But she can't speak Arabic, so basically her argument is, some people lied to me to get me into Islam, but now that I'm here I know it's true, because some religious people are telling me that something else is a miracle. But the main thing that keeps her there is, if she ignores all of the things that she finds disgusting and abhorrent about God, she finds that there are a lot of things she likes about Islam.
Yeah.
Like what?
Any of it? Adding someone else into the chat.
I like eating a bag of chips.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Do you hear me?
Christmas.
Do you mind if I add someone in?
Sure.
Yeah,
Actually,
who is it?
I've already taken the liberty of adding you, Zulu. We should really consult you.
Who is it we're adding?
It's a guy from YouTube whose username is Stop Spamming One. I think he tried to call into the show last night but had problems. I can't remember whether he got through or not because I was having problems. His user ID.
I love that picture on Blog TV right now. It is.
The picture on Blog TV, what's that?
Yeah, I'm just putting up random pictures as the conversation goes on.
That's it in a nutshell. I think the creationist logic.
It's the equivalent of dividing by 0.
Nice.
Yep, that's circular logic.
Yeah.
Great, it got bad. This is gonna take some time. I wish the control of the button had no ad.
Do we have our new caller added?
Oh yeah, stop spamming, can you hear me?
Ask him to
call into the chat.
It's odd. It's doing this all night. Like every time you call someone in, they have to actually call themselves in. They get into the text conversation, but you have to click on the green button to sort of call yourself in.
Yeah.
Rash, I have another question. Is that going to be a permanent time, 10 o'clock? Or will you maybe duke it out with Skeptic TV or maybe rotate it? Just because I feel 8 sort of
I don't want to conflict with someone else's show. It was going to be 8 till 10, same as the Magic Sandwich show. But someone said, "Oh, what, you're going to be on the same time as Skeptic TV?" And right, so someone else is on at that time. I said, "Well, is there anyone on at 10 till 12?" And I can't even remember who it was. They said, "Oh, I don't know anyone." So I said, "All right, we'll do 10
It was
till
me.
12." Oh, was it you?
Yeah.
The thing is, I always forget irrelevant stuff. It leaves space for important things, you know. So, the only problem with the time 10 till 12, I think, is that people out towards the east, you know, it's not gonna be starting till midnight or something like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it would be quite interesting to get some apostates from out in the east who probably don't get to talk to people about being an apostate.
Why don't you change the week then? Because Skeptic TV is bi-weekly. Being that you're bi-weekly as well, you could go on, like, say, next Sunday and then go bi-weekly from there.
No, the reason I chose the week we are is because originally I was going to do bi-weekly, the opposite week to the Magic Sandwich show, same time, same day, and then I thought, well, no, because, you know, I'm simple-minded and it confused me, so, mate, I'll just move it to Saturday. And then I thought, well, alright, Skeptic TV's on, so I'll move it till 10 till 12. I think we'll just let it run at 10 till 12 for a while and see how it goes, and
Yeah.
whether we try a different date and time, I don't know. You know, it's nobody's show really. It's just a group of people that went on, so it depends what everyone wants to do, really.
I'm going to spam this chat.
Why not?
And that failed.
Right, stop. I mean, hear me.
So when is your next show?
Next show is on the 5th. Saturday the 5th at 10 PM UK time, which is 9 o'clock GMT.
Are you still going to be on the Magic Sandwich show? Because I heard Aaron's coming back.
I haven't got a clue. I don't know. It's never planned really. It's just kind of I'll be hanging around, and if they need someone, they say, "Do you want to come on?" And I say, "Yeah, all right then," and I'll come on. And if Aaron's around, then I'll probably just sit and watch it instead. So it's not really related. You know. I mean, Aaron was quite excited about the idea of this show. He said to me, "Oh, I thought this is a great idea." I mean, it wasn't my idea. It came about because me and Clinshaw chat on Skype, and sometimes it'll go on for a few hours. And Clinshaw said, "You know what? We should just put this on Blog TV." And I said, "Oh, yeah, all right then." So I went and got the name, and I said to him, "I think we should have a Gizmo on it, and ask Annie if he can make it." And it just kind of happened on its own, really.
Well, it was good. I mean, you're fully booked. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Organic Beekeeper said has said there's no sound in Blog TV. Can everybody else hear us?
I've got sound from Blog TV.
I can hear everything else.
No sound.
Okay.
Any sound?
What everyone wants to do.
Any sound?
Can you hear me on there?
Any sound? Sound back.
Can you hear me on there?
Oh, what a hilarious video on Blog TV.
Yeah, sorry, I was just wondering if anyone... It's quite fun just sitting here putting random shit up.
Oh, shit. The show stopped.
Oh, how's it
That's all we
sup?
need to do. We just need to make another Trolling with Logic channel. Just say it's Trolling with Logic. Hey, actually,
Right.
Trolling with Logic. Bad movements.
Yeah, hold on,
Throwing
everyone.
him at logic being trolled.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like
Actually,
Inception.
it's system trolling with Logic.
Okay.
Trace should make a video said trolling trolls with logic.
Right. If anyone in the room's panicking, I've just refreshed the browser because we lost the connection. So just carry on as if nothing's happening.
Okay.
For all 4 viewers.
7 actually. Oh wait, 4. My browser's behind.
Alright, well, I'm going to call it a night myself. But thanks ever so much for having me on.
No problem.
No
Anytime.
problem.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
No problem.
See you all again.
See ya.
See you, Ollie.
Well,
Yeah, and
get out of here.
I'll confirm.
Yeah.
I wasn't in on the poll earlier. I had no idea what was going on there, so I don't know who was actually in on it.
Yeah. Oh, fuck my ears.
In the lead up to the show, I made a list of Muslim proselytizers on YouTube, and I wrote to them. I wrote to all of them. I must have written to over 20, and told them that the show was coming. Told them what it would be about. Said, you know, it'd be nice if you could call in on Skype and have a chat with us. Not one of them replied. Not even one of them wrote back to say no. And
Rude bastards.
someone had someone's got blog TV open in the background, so it's echoing a lot. But someone wrote to Dower Films, because I wrote to him about 3 or 4 times saying, "You're not replying to me, are you coming or not?" And he didn't reply.
Yeah.
And
Bastards.
someone wrote to him and said, "Are you going to come on the show?" And they told me that he replied, "No, why would I want to go on a show with a group of guys who think they know everything about Islam?"
I don't.
know But what I do know is they don't like their bodies being basically given as donations to organizations.
It makes sense to me that if you believe that these people erroneously believe they know everything about Islam, you'd take the chance to go on the show and show them why they're wrong, expose them and say, "Look, these guys think they know it all, and they don't."
But they don't.
Yeah, even though I don't claim to know it all, I don't claim to know very much at all. But it's a little bit like that psychic woman who would never take James Randi's psychic test, and she claimed, "Oh, I couldn't find his name in the phone book and stuff for something like 11 years." And
What the fuck?
and then she said something. I think in the end she said something like, "I didn't want to go and do it." Oh no, it was Uri Geller said, I don't want to go and do the James Randi test because I don't like him." So if you don't like James Randi, go and do the psychic test and show him up by proving that you're psychic. It's a perfect reason to go and do the psychic test.
Yeah, exactly. It's an opportunity, like, to just prove someone that they're completely full of shit and just do it in front of everyone, like, isn't it?
I got a question.
Fuck.
Right, I'm going to go because I'm going to go and have some food.
Okay. Thanks for coming
See you
on.
later.
Take care.
Take care. Talk to you. Best of luck.
No one's so
Salama.
Well, look at how he stopped spamming with us.
Yeah. Is it just back to the original crew now?
After he goes on, it's back to where we started.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully not back to the way the show actually started. I hope we don't go that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going pretty
We'll
well.
send each other funny pictures.
Well, like I say, that's kind of it's entertaining in its own. Just putting them up just to see if who notices first.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Tax advice made easy.
Yes, Oliver, we do have a Ponage video coming very, very soon. We're all working. It's a collaboration.
Yeah.
Well,
It's in development.
yeah, it's in
I will
development.
get on. But however,
Yeah.
I can also make another video for my class.
Yeah. I heard from Thick Shades, Truthful Christian is said to be coming back this year.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we've
I
got,
nearly just jumped out of my chair in delight.
You know, stop spamming is basically now being a bench warmer.
Yeah.
have you got anything to say? Stop spamming.
Maybe we
Is
should
he online?
ask-
Stop spamming. Are you there?
Maybe I'll just spam him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do have a future Ponage video planned. It's the video in question is
I
quite
think-
hilariously stupid.
Yeah, I was going to say just don't give the name of it away yet, but
Quite what?
yeah,
It's gonna be epic.
yes, it's going to be
Go
epic,
back to
Yay.
the start.
and I think there's going to be much swearing on my side. So Oliver, you don't fret there. I'll be back to my usual form.
However, I will get onto my cloning of that video.
Yeah.
However, of course, I have to do some other things before I can get to that.
My end of it is pretty much finished. I just have to put the I've recorded my lines, so what I have to do is just put the lines to the video.
And I think we had I briefly spoke to Rioni. He might be chipping in as well, which is always cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to
Always
get.
good to have the monkey man.
And has anyone messaged Marty to see if he's interested?
If he can ever reply.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally comes and goes.
Yeah. But well,
He is the shadow.
yes.
We call him the White Shadow.
Yeah.
We notice that he's there, but he never seems to act like he is.
Well, most of the people in Tool have nicknames. Mortimer doesn't have one.
Marty. That's
I suppose
we'll just
Marty.
call him Marty.
Yeah.
It's like how you call me Tracy. But however, of course, that is my real name.
Yeah.
But of course,
Oh,
you
well.
can call me.
Well, speaking of real names, I suppose you can give our opinion on the Thunderfoot drama. I suppose
Yeah.
might as well hear
God.
everyone's thoughts on that.
His name Jason Phelps now, something like that. Mason Phelps. So,
Yeah.
what was it?
Oh jeez, Mental Kitty makes a very good point just now.
Hello?
That the atheist experience is just starting.
Ah.
So I don't know.
Alright, best.
Experience in my state.
Yeah. If you just go to the atheist experience page, there's a link on it. It'll get you straight to it.
Okay, cool.
Right. So I think we can
Okay.
all wrap it up there. Can we?
Yeah.
And anyone else got anything else to add?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Except expect a great Ponage video and many more in the future.
yes, I
Stay
think
tuned for episode 2.
which
of
will definitely be better
Yeah,
than this one, which is not too difficult. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
How we successfully cut off conversation.
Oh, and also everyone, I know the least subscribed to the group is Adam Casey, so the few viewers we have, go and subscribe to him. He's very worthwhile to listen to.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Sweet.
Yes, like you say,
Yeah.
Thanks.
yeah, because who else can talk about skull fucking live on air like that?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also doing a Venom Fang X expose. One of my
Alright.
friends from university chatted to him the other day about evolution and shit. And he says he believes in speciation but not evolution. And speciation is a part of the process of evolution. So it's like, what the fuck?
Isn't that
So I'm fucked up.
macroevolution? Isn't
Kinda
that
like
one that
believe-
every creationist has a problem with?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like,
That's why I'm gonna.
Okay, here's what that's like. It's basically like you accept that things fall, but you don't believe in gravity.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's coming out soon anyway, guys. So I'm making sure to keep everyone updated with that. It's gonna be funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'm really looking forward to that now.
But like I say, also, if there's anyone in the room, if there's anyone you want us to do a video on, forward the links to us. We'll take it and we'll review them. So.
Yeah. Alright, guys. Well, see you soon. Alright.
Alright, see you soon.
Talk to you.
It's been interesting as always, at the very least.
Sweet. Ta.
Cheers.